Hey guys, so today we're going to be jumping into a quick discussion video. I'm going to be talking about the Ultra Vegito Blue Ultra Rising banner here, and I'm going to be giving my opinion on whether or not this banner is worth summoning on. Before we jump into the actual discussion, I just want to preface this video by saying Ultra Vegito Blue is a character that obviously pretty much everybody wants this guy. I mean, this is one of the most popular characters, not the single most popular character. You know, we've been waiting for this guy. They've very, very clearly telegraphed the release of this character. Honestly, all the way back, starting from Legends Fest 2021, when we got Super Gogeta as the first summonable Ultra. Then, of course, we move into the 4th anniversary where we got Ultra Super Vegito last year. Then this year's festival, or I guess last year's festival, 2022 festival, we got Ultra Gogeta Blue. And then, of course, following the pattern, we did end up getting Ultra Vegito Blue this year. So many people are very excited to summon for this character. Many people have been waiting for this for a long time, saving their CC, anticipating when this guy would come out. So I am not going to be the guy to tell you not to summon for Ultra Vegito Blue. I'm not going to be the guy to tell you to skip Ultra Vegito Blue. I said the exact same thing when Ultra Gogeta Blue came out, because this is a game, first and foremost. You should be summoning for characters that you are going to enjoy using the most. I think that's the best way you can, you know, give yourself the best chance to enjoy the game. Now, on the other side of that, I think the actual objective best way to enjoy the game is by actually obtaining characters that you can use and have fun with. When we take a look at this Ultra banner, and this has been the case for all Ultra banners up until this point, because every single Ultra Rising banner has the same exact format. So if we take a look at the actual format here, we can see that there's 4 steps. So step 1 is just a normal 1000cc multi-summon, and you get a guaranteed sparking at the end of it. Fine. Step 2 actually gives you double Ultra rates. So we can go back to step 1, you see that the Ultra rates are 0.35% right there. Then when we go to step 2, it actually if you look at the hero rate over here, it actually pulls 0.35% from the hero rate and gives it to the Ultra rate. So technically the Ultra rates are doubled for step 2. So Ultra Vegito Blue would have a 0.7% chance of being pulled instead of a 0.35% chance of being pulled. Step 3 is another normal 1000cc multi-summon that gives you a guaranteed sparking. And then step 4 is a free multi. So it takes a 3000cc to go through a full rotation, step 1 through step 4, and then you go back to step 1 and restart the process over again. The way I typically like to evaluate whether or not a banner is worth summoning on is by looking at both the format of the banner, which we just did, and also by looking at what featured characters are on the banner. So we went through the format. This is a Ultra Rising banner. You get 600 Z power for pulling a Sparking, you get 2000 Z power for pulling an Ultra, 250 Z power for pulling an EX, and 100 Z power for pulling a hero character. And the rates for Sparkings, I guess we should also mention this, are 10% across the board. Okay, so let's go over to the featured character list here. Of course, we have Ultra Vegito Blue as the main headlining character. I would probably say he is at the very minimum number 2 in the game. I don't think there's another argument you can make. It's either going to be this guy or Goku and Frieza at number 1. I have not used this character nearly enough to make a determination as to which is the better unit. So I think right now I'm just going to have both of them at the number 1 spot, and you can swap them however you want. So looking at the other characters you can obtain from the banner, we have Sword of Hope Trunks, we have Merge Zamasu, we have Purple Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black, and then we have the LF Vegito Blue. So let's just take a look at these 4 LFs right now. So this Trunks just got his Zenkai Awakening, actually a very good unit. This Trunks with his Zenkai Awakening is a very hard-hitting character. He has Endurance, he has Disrupt, really solid character all around. I don't really have many negative things to say about this unit, but he's just a very good character, so I'm actually going to hold him in pretty high regard. Zamasu is definitely not bad, considering how old this character is and considering he doesn't have a Zenkai Awakening. I actually think he's surprisingly usable, but he's not going to be a consistent way for you to win games. He's just not going to be completely dead weight on your team, I think, if you know how to use him effectively. But at this point, this character is waiting for a Zenkai Awakening. Rose Goku Black, the purple one here. A lot of people call this character bad, but I would actually consider him to be decent. I don't think he's great, but I don't think he's like straight up bad. He has his tools, and I think if you are able to utilize him to a decent amount of his potential, he can be pretty good. A lot of endurance flying around the game right now. Obviously, he doesn't care about that. So honestly, not a bad character. And then we have Blue Vegito Blue, the original one. At this point, this guy has definitely not seen a great impact on the game. He's a really good bench character, 37% to strike, attack, and defense, right? For like God Key, Fusion Warrior, and Future, I think. And then he's, of course, giving a really, really nice Zenkai ability to blue God Key. So really nice bench unit. Honestly, not so much of a driving force behind like whether or not you win or not, but yeah, he's pretty good. And then in terms of the other characters, Zamasu is still really nice. This guy's kind of bad. This guy's not usable. Maju, eh. This guy's eh. This is like one of the best bench characters in the game for Vegito Blue, but in terms of their actual usability, not the greatest. This guy's not usable. This guy needs a Zenkai. This is one of the best bench units in the game, period. This Zenkai Gotenks. Red Super Gogeta, the other best bench unit in the game for Ultra Vegito Blue. And that's all the 0.5% characters. And then once we move down from here, we get into every single other sparking, basically, which they all share a rate that's split across every single character, which is why the rate is 0.017%. So that's the banner, right? When you look at this banner, I wouldn't really particularly call it great. And the main difference is honestly not even in the featured characters, it's more so in the format. I always have been telling people this ever since Ultras have become a summonable type of character. Ultra banners are really bad because the format is bad. It's not just because the featured characters a lot of the times are worse than other banners, but if we directly compare the format of this banner to, for example, the Part 2 banner featuring Gamma 1 or Gamma 2, or Orange Piccolo, or the Part 1 banner featuring Goku and Frieza, the biggest difference is you are getting double Z power and double the rates on these banners. So if we take a look at the list here, we have Sparkings at 20% instead of 10. And every time you pull a Sparking, let me just see if it shows us. Yeah, so you're getting 1200 Z power instead of 600 Z power per character that you get. That's a Sparking. EXs give 500 Z power, and then Heroes give 200 Z power. So in terms of getting the most value out of your Chrono Crystals, I think you are getting much more value out of summoning on the LF step-up banners as opposed to the Ultra banners. Something else to mention as well is that the LF step-up banners feature summon coins. So if you go to the summon coin shop, every time you do a multi that costs CC, you're going to obtain a certain amount of summon coins determined by the step that you're on. And you can use these summon coins to obtain, you know, Legends Limited Z power. You can get tickets, which you can use to summon for more copies of the character. Or if you summon enough, you can straight up just buy copies of the new units from the banner directly here, but for 50 coins. So having this pity system on these banners definitely increases this value even more. And I would just say, even without even looking at the featured list of characters on these banners, it's just very apparent to me that in terms of pure value, these banners are going to give you a lot more value for your CC. And we could even take a look at like the Goku and Frieza banner, which I'd probably say is just the best banner up right now, just from a pure value perspective. We have Goku and Frieza. Again, I'd probably say they're number 1 or number 2 in the game, depending on if you want to put them at number 1 or 2 with Ultra Vegito Blue. Cooler, I'm not really the biggest fan of this character, but he's definitely not bad. UI Goku can have decent spots right now. Jiren is okay. Bardock is okay. This Vegeta is pretty solid. Full Power Frieza is in line for a Zenkai Awakening. UI Goku is actually really good now with the Zenkai Awakening. This Frieza has seen like a decent resurgence right now because he just gives so much support to the Goku and Frieza that he actually is seeing some decent play right now. Yellow Jiren is incredibly good. I'm not sure how well he's going to fare in a meta that's dominated by Ultra Vegito Blue, but I mean, up until this point, he's been really, really powerful. Kyoei is really good, and I would say Casserole is pretty decent as well. And then we take a look at a lot of these other characters. Like Mecha Frieza, I would actually say pretty underrated. I wouldn't say he's great, but you know, he can do some stuff. This Vegeta is really bad. This Frieza is definitely power crept by now. Revival Frieza, this is probably the biggest comeback I've ever seen out of any character make in this game's history. This character is probably one of the top 5 most used units in PvP, just at least in the past season, because of the most relevant team and the most used team that I've seen. You know, pretty much run into it like 8 out of 10 matches in a row. Is Jiren on LOE, so it's Yellow Jiren in the leader slot, and then we have Goku and Frieza next to Revival Frieza. So Revival Frieza, even though he's, you know, a year and a half old now, seeing a lot of play thanks to that build. Green Jiren, honestly not the greatest. Bardock, not the greatest. Chilled is a really good bench for LOE. But basically what you're trying to do with this banner is you're trying to target Goku and Frieza, of course, as your number 1 option. And then you're trying to get like copies of UI Goku because he can Zenkai buff Goku and Frieza on Universe Reps. You're trying to get copies of Jiren, trying to get copies of Kyoei. You're trying to get copies of Revival Frieza. and then shield for the bench. So there's a lot of targets on here that you would want to try and get, which is why I would consider this as an LF step-up banner, inclusive of the format being very good. This is probably the best banner you can summon on right now. The Orange Piccolo banner and the Gamma banners both bring back Beast Gohan. This banner also has Super Saiyan 4 tag Goku and Vegeta, which are, they're not the greatest right now because GT is not in a fantastic spot, but as a standalone unit, this character's still really good. There's Trunks on here again. We have this guy who doesn't have a Zenkai yet. Kid Buu doesn't have a Zenkai yet. Gohan is pretty solid. We have Zamasu, who's still good, of course. So, I mean, I think in terms of the featured character lists of all these banners, I would easily say that this probably has, this Vegito banner, not only does it have probably just the worst format out of all these banners, but it probably has the worst featured unit list as well. So in conclusion, I'm going to wrap this up because I don't want this to go on forever. From a pure value perspective, when you take a look at how much you're getting out of your CC and which banners are giving you the best opportunity to improve your account, to increase the power level of, I guess I'll say the average power level of your account when you're thinking about, okay, what team do I build? What are my options that I have available for this team? This is probably going to be the lowest on the totem pole. This Ultra, I keep calling him Super Vegito, the Ultra Vegito Blue banner. But it's mostly just due to the format, right? Not having two times sparking rates, not having 2 times Z power, not having the summoning coins, and then the just overall featured unit list not being as good quality as these other 3 banners that are up right now. But the gamble is, the flip side is, you pull Ultra Vegito Blue on this banner, you're gonna be fine. He's gonna be able to carry you all the way to wherever you want to go. So that's the trade-off, right? You're kind of risking having an overall lower value on the banner, but there's that one character that if you get really lucky and you pull him, you're set for a while. So overall, my recommendation would be to prioritize these other banners, but like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I'm not going to be the guy to tell you to skip summoning for Ultra Vegito Blue. Probably one of the most anticipated characters ever. This the artwork is incredible, the animations are incredible, the voice lines are incredible. In terms of how strong he is, he's incredible. So not really much more praise I can give to this character. But at the end of the day, of course, it is your decision. Which banner are you going to be summoning on? Let me know down below what you think about this video. Do you guys agree or disagree with my opinion here? Let me know. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.